YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, Elite Mechanics. My name is Hassan, and today we're going to be doing a DIY on how to replace Rolls Royce Ghost front air shocks. So let's get into it. Here's the car we're going to be working on today. It is a 2011 Rolls Royce Ghost. You'll have to mind the noise. I got the swamp cooler running. It's about 105 degrees today in the shop. Car is pretty clean. It doesn't drop immediately. It takes a couple days, and the customer says that he'll come outside and it'll be kind of sitting a little bit low in the front. So we're going to go ahead and knock that out for him. I also have a phantom drop head here for some service. So first step is to get the vehicle racked up and disconnect the relay for the air suspension so that we can begin service. Here are the new air shocks that we're going to be putting in. They look like they're in great condition. They are remanned new, I guess, so you send in some or you pay for a core option and they'll send you a pair. Then I got some of the stuff back from Sticky No More for that 360. I may do a video of me putting the interior back together, we'll see. But yeah, these are the parts that we're going to be installing. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is open up the trunk. And we're going to want to remove the floor mat right here. And there should be two plastic 10mm. This one only has one. I just use a tool in the trunk. It's pretty easy. You just kind of get it loose and you can do it by hand. Go ahead and set this aside. Then you're going to lift this piece up off the studs. Same here. Make sure that you disconnect the trickle charger connector, just the lid. So there's that. And then this will pull right up. You set this out of the way for now. And this right here, if you look, this is the relay for the air suspension. It can be kind of tight in there. I get a good grip and kind of wiggle on it, and it comes out. So now the air suspension cannot activate while we're working on the vehicle. So now for these wheels, to get these center caps off, on the older Rolls Royces, you'd push in and it would unlatch and you could pull it off. On the newer style, basically anything 2009 and up, it's gonna have this style center cap on it. So you're gonna need a suction cup. So I have some suction cups here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and put the suction cup kind of dead center if you can. Apply the suction and pop it off just like that. You're gonna repeat the same thing for the other side. And that's how you're going to access the bolts to remove the wheel. Alright, the next step is 17mm. Get the wheels off. Wow, that was really tight. More than likely a tire shop just air gunned them back on. That's the kind of shit that happens. The airline port is in the back. It's going to be a tough spot to get to. I'm not even sure if you can really see that. But it's back there. We gotta get a 10 millimeter back there to access it, so it's pretty deep. On my first take, I didn't realize that the GoPro was on the fender instead of inside of the wheel well. It's on my head and I'm pretty tall, so I'm not surprised that happened, but I look like a doofus. So I'm showing you, this is the airline port right in the back. It's pretty tight. So it is a very tight fit. I hope you guys are gonna be able to see what I'm doing. I'm pointing at it. I'm gonna get a 10 millimeter wrench right now and try and open the airline and bleed it down. I'm gonna crack it first, let it bleed out. So we will need a 10 millimeter. I'm gonna grab 2 different 10s. I have an offset and a standard 10 that I'm gonna be applying, trying to use. See which one works best. We're gonna start with the offset. See if I can get in there and bite on it. More than likely what I'm gonna end up doing is undoing the nuts on the strut tower and letting it drop down a little bit to access this. But I'm gonna try and attempt to let it start bleeding down now. There's really like absolutely no room. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm probably not gonna be able to film. It's gonna be too tight. I'm hitting my camera on the fender liner as it is. So I'm really sorry about that, guys. I'm probably gonna end filming for this part, but I will go through thorough detail on what I did. So this is what I actually ended up using. It's a 1/4 inch snap-on crow's foot with a driver and a 1/4 inch drive on the back. I got over the line and cracked the nut loose in that tight spot with this setup right here. Now, moving forward, this line can stay on. This is actually the controller. I said wheel speed sensor earlier, but I'm being dumb. Those are up here. This is the actual for the controller for the strut. It goes in this box, so that can stay together. And then what we need to do now is do that bottom setup I was telling you about, which is a double Allen. So there's an Allen on one side here, and it's hexed on the other side. So you pull it out and then it just slides up and off the knuckle. So I'm gonna remove that next and hopefully have this air shock on the bench. All right, so the old air strut is out. You can see the airline. Came out pretty easy once I ended the bottom. Let me show you what the bottom bolt I was telling you about looks like. It's 2 Allens that sit kind of flush with a tapered end. So here they are. And on the strut, you know, one end goes like that. When you thread it in, they'll sit flush inside. And the other end goes on the back side, and it'll hold in place. It doesn't matter either way you put it, but yeah, they both go in there and they sit like that. So pretty cool. I like this design. I think it's pretty rad. The old strut is right here. So now we need to install the new one. All right, let's take our new air strut, pull this little plug out, keeps it sealed during transport, and then it needs to go back in the same way it came out. Should be like this. And get in there, slide it up and through. Right here, right about this point is where I'm gonna hook up my airline. So I have access and space. I can get my airline in there. It's tough to see. I really need a flashlight. I'll grab one right here in a second. Hopefully that shines some light on the situation. But right here is the airline fitting. Uh-oh. Looks like this strut already has the nut in it. That's peculiar. I gotta pull the strut back out. This is like near impossible to do with this on my head. I'm gonna end up smacking this fender. So yet again, I'm gonna have to disconnect with you guys. Sorry about that. Okay, got the airline on. It's kind of a chore. So now we can rotate the strut and push it up into the stud holes. It's a little dark, but I'll rotate this like this. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to insert these guys. So I ended up having to kind of pound it in. The powder coating left too much, because this is like a precision fit and it fits perfectly. The powder coating left too much thickness, so I couldn't get it in, so I kind of had to tap it in a little bit. And now that it's in, go ahead and start tightening it up and it'll suck the other side in. And there's a little bit of resistance from the paint, but it's nothing too terrible. That'll thread in nicely. And it's pulling the other side in as I tighten it. So I don't know if the camera's catching this or not, but as I rotate my ratchet, I can see the other side being pulled in. So the end result should be just perfectly flush once it gets tight. Alright, it's starting to get tight. You don't want to get too crazy with it. And I will end up torquing this to 50 foot-pounds. But for now it's snugged and it's flush. Damn it. I just smacked my camera, but it's flush on both ends. This video is not going to turn out to be the best video. It's really dark and it's hard to get lighting, and the damn GoPro on my head keeps hitting everything, but I'm trying. I promise you I'm trying. The next step is to lower the car down. I pick up the whole control arm and get some studs through and put the nuts on. There is an alignment tab. I'll walk over to the other one and show you guys. These have alignment tabs, like right here, to make sure that you get it correct and it centers. So make sure that your alignment tab is lined up when you do your install. So I got the car down a little bit. We're gonna get our nuts handy and we're gonna go from the top side and try and line it up. I'm actually gonna come down a little bit more. Right about there, so I can see, and then we're gonna line up our studs and pull it up. This part is good with the helper to push up for you, so I'm gonna grab mine. Chepe, can you come here for a second, please? I'll have him pull up on it, and then I will put the studs on, or the nuts on the studs, as soon as he pushes up. Can you grab the control arm and pull up on it? Try not to touch the rotor. Do it from the caliper maybe. I just need to get one started. Okay, it should be lined up pretty damn close already. Go ahead, go up. Okay, come in towards me a little bit. So this way. Like this. Okay, go up again. Hold on. I'll line you up. All right, there, go up. That's it, all the way? That's it? It won't go up anymore? There you go. Excellent. Okay, you can let go, Chepe. Thank you. So we got them all in, and they're gonna hold like that for now. So that's pretty much it for this side. Now this is in. I already got all my wires put back, and I will tighten up the nuts up top once the car's on the ground. And this is tight, and that's about it. So the next step will be I'm going to complete the other side, which is the exact same procedure as what we did here. Once the other side's completed, I'll put the wheels back on, put it on the ground, we'll tighten up the strut nuts, and then we will plug into the computer and actuate the accumulators and fill up the air shocks and make sure everything's good and we don't have any faults or any problems. Okay, both sides are in. You can see the car's kind of got the stink bug look to it. It's all slammed down in the front. The first thing we need to do is go ahead and reinstall that relay for the air suspension so that it can rise back up when we turn the key on. So let's go ahead and get that done. Relay here. Do this one-handed. Okay, relay is in. I'm going to set you guys up right here so you can watch the car come up. I'm going to turn the key on and wake the car up and allow it to start raising. Car's all aired up. Both sides have raised. Air suspension job is complete. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope this helps you out. If you need the help, you're doing this job sometime. And I'll see you soon.